Welcome to Mug TCG. This is Mug Talking, and today is Monday, and in Monday I post a video talking about all of the tournaments that happened the weekend. We have the original qualifier here, we'll have a sector qualifier limited, which is insane because we have a bunch of players to play limited, which is really good. We don't have too many PQs, and I think it's because of these two major tournaments, because the Swords don't want to have like less players, and they know that most of the players will travel to try to play these major tournaments, right? So that's why we don't have too many PQs here. But I think this is the first time that I'm showing you here all of the tournaments from the weekend, and we don't have a single hand solo 2 blue with the Force, right? I think it's the first time. So yeah, we have a bunch of different decks. We have Qira ECL here, TALZIN red again, Qira Data Vault that is trying to back to the meta, Han Solo 4 Tarkin Cell. So yeah, we have a bunch of different things here, but we don't have a single Han Solo 2 blue, which is nice. And to start here, let's talk about the regional qualifier and Bilbao first, and what happened yesterday, because I posted this video recently. We need your help, because a friend of mine, Felipe Abreu, he went to regional qualifier, and he was playing in the limited tournament in day 1. He made 7-2, so he goes to day 2, but he lost his bag, like with a bunch of playmats or all of his VIP thing that we have in these regionals, because he put it in like below the table while he's playing. Then he just left. Then when he realized like 5 minutes later, he just back and he's not dead anymore. So he lost everything that he had. He tried to contact the organizers, FFG, and kind of stuff, the judges, but they didn't help. But Alexander the Greatest helped him. Thank you for this, man. This was amazing. He just gave him all of the planets that he lost, and having in this VIP thing in his bag. And thank you for this. He's so happy, and he said to us in our groups here in Brazil. So Alexander Greatest, if you don't know, he probably is the best Han Solo 1 green in the world, and he made a bunch of tops with the deck. I don't know if you won something big like regional. I don't think so, but yeah, he's an amazing player. I already faced him a bunch of times here in the channel, like in Petronaki, before. So yeah, thank you, man, for this. So now let's talk about the list, and here we have a TALZIN red with the Force that won the tournament, which is interesting because we don't have the Force throw anymore, and TALZIN play with Force throw. But in my opinion, I think I said this before in the channel. I think that Force throw ban is better for TALZIN than not, because Force throw in Modern TALZIN, if you play with Modern TALZIN Red, you for sure play it with Force throw, and it's really good. But the problem is your opponent have Force throw too, and Modern TALZIN don't have too many draws. You have only Night Sister Warrior to draw a card. We don't have like Qira Mundi to draw 2 cards and play a 4/4. So most of the time against Han Solo 2 blue is kind of weird. If they just use 2 Force throws in you, it's kind of really weird, because you're going to play in the top decks and you have a bunch of cost 2 units, and you just don't want to draw those. And if you play against a red Force deck, you need to keep some of this cost 2 or 1 in hand, maybe to your opponent going to use Force throw. So you can't just, okay, I have 2 units, I'm going to draw with my opponent, have the nature save, so I can't keep maybe this Devastator, because he maybe just uses Force throw and defeat my Modern TALZIN. So maybe I need to keep this cost 3 or something like that. Is bad. But now we don't have this anymore to bother us, but we don't have the Force throw to use it too. So what he played with here with No Disintegration, that is, I think it is a good card. It's a card people talking about later, not later, before. But I think the problem is that the meta for the Galactic Championship, when they have the Force throw, is that we have more shielded units, because Force throw can only do damage. So if you have shield, it's okay. Your enemy is not going to die. You just break the shield, which is good for you, but bad for no disintegrations. But now we don't have Force throw anymore, so now the list is adapting to not have the shields anymore. Like Vader, we don't see too much that shield anymore. That 3/4 they give us a shield, and then you can move the shield, because we don't have we didn't need to deal with that Force throw every match, you know. So no disintegration can be a good card now, and I don't think it can be. It's good because he just won original with it. So you can just make your opponent have 1 HP left and just finish with Modern TALZIN, which is good. This can work like a open fire, because it's a cost 3. Like you can just use this in a Victor Leader, then attack with something. If you already have the Force, you can just use -1/-1 defeated. The problem is that it's not like right away the 4 damage. You need to use this 3 damage, then use the force to defeat it. But I think most of the time you're going to defeat it away and will not change too much if you're going to take 2 damage or not, something like that. But yeah, looks like a good card. You can use this to, like, if your opponent plays a Poe as a 6/6, you can use this. You just do 5 damage, then you can still use the TALZIN's ability to defeat it, and you still have 2 resources to play something else, which is great. He's playing with 2 Chinsendilos in the main deck, so he's expecting ramp decks for sure. I don't see his path in yet, so I don't know if this Chancellor will be that great throughout the tournament, but probably yes. Yeah, a great list. We're going to play with this one in the channel for sure. He will have Biba Original finalists and top 4 by Sip and Baton, his teammates from Team Enigma, and they have the channel Swoop Races too here on YouTube, and they play with the same list here, which is cool because Baton made it top 4 and Sip go to the final, which is, look at this, like both play with the same list, both is friends from both his teammates, and they just got like the best positions. Okay, besides the champion, but yeah. Here with the list is kind of interesting because we have 3 Bounty Hunters query. I think you already saw a meme that is running throughout the groups. That is we have a Grogu, and because he both played in a mirror match and in top 4, and we have a Grogu here with 3 Bounty Hunters query in the stream, which is crazy because when this Grogu got defeated, he can just play a bunch of units. Yeah, this deck looks interesting. This is Han Solo 2 ECL, which is really different. They played before this, I think in set 2 or 3. I remember that I watched a video. I'm not even had my channel yet back in the day, and I've tried the list. It's really cool. We have some things that we can use here, like Poe then with ECL is amazing. We have the IG-11 that is not the same as a Poe, but is 6'5". So if you don't have a Poe in hand, you have IG, you probably will going to defeat someone with this ECL. So another thing that we can do is Guerrilla Attack Pod. This interaction, most of the players don't know back in the day, like set 1, I think, that you can ECL this Guerrilla Attack Pod, defeat something, then trigger it when played. So this will back ready with damage, so and more attack because this have grid, which is really good. I have here Obi-Wan that we don't have too many force units to trigger this again, but he's just a 3/5 sent down in turn 2, which is good. You probably will hold a bunch of units that your unit can play turn 1. I think any unit can pass through this in turn 1, so yeah. One arm to the teeth to take opponents by surprise, which is good. Hot shot for 5 if you're going to play by Smuggle, which maybe is the necessary to finalize a match. 3 General's Blade, which is interesting here because we don't have too many force units, like I said. We have only Gungi, Obi-Wan, Grogu, and I think Kelleran back. Yeah, I think there's this 4. And I don't know if they play General's Blade in Grogu. Can be a good thing because it's a 4/9. Okay, you're not going to use his action, but you can just attack for 4. It's hard to defeat it because now it's a 4/9 and you can still play something else that is big. Interesting, I might test this one for sure. He will have the top 4 Yoda Jedi Trample, so Yoda Green with the Force. And I don't think we have too much to say here. We posted recently a video of Yoda Green Force. Is like we have here some differences, I think. Maybe this Jiger Score Fighter that I don't remember if we have that. Maybe just in sideboard. Looks good. I like this deck. Here in my city right now, we just playing Twin Suns before the set 6. But if we still have the premiere, I'm for sure going to play with Yoda Green because I love it a lot, this deck. Here we have Green Emerald Troll. We have 2 in the top 8. Look at here. But with different lists. This one is more clean. We have this Cobb-Van thing that to get defeated. Bring Love Wolf. Bring another units. The late game here. Pure mid-range blue-green villainy. We don't even have the Devastator. The only green mid-range card here, like to the late game is small. All of the others is blue. Here is more like this one looks like a Qira from like set 5 or set 4. Sorry, set 4. Sorry. This one have 1 Pier, which is interesting because you can bring this with Cobb-Van in the late game maybe. We have Anakin to trigger twice with Love Wolf like this one. But here we have more late game cards. We have Vigilance, then this one don't have. And this one, I think we want to play more like a Qira, because we have like the Walker, Devastators in the late game. We have 2 Overrun Barrage and 2 Curving Ball, that this one will have 3 Barrage, which is interesting. Oh, and this one have Yoda. Ooh, this is interesting because he can't bring this with Cobb Vanth, so he needs to play by paying 5, right? But it's interesting because this Yoda in Troll, you can draw twice. Yeah, this is new to me. Okay. And here we have Han Solo 2 Blue. Like I said, we don't have a Han Solo 2 Blue winning, but we have the top 8 for sure. This is, I think, is the main Han Solo 2 Blue right now that we have, like with Entrenches, sometimes it's 3. I think the only difference here is the lightsaber that we've not seen too much, but I like it because we don't seen too many Waylay right now. So if you just play Jedi lightsaber in Yaddle, it's hard to defeat it if you don't have Felder Dragon, something like that. So yeah, you can just take a bunch of that advantage with this combo here. And we'll have a top 8 here, a Cad Bane Tarkin Town. That I think we can say that the main Cad Bane Tarkin Town now is that with the cost 1 units, right? We can say that this is the standard version, I think, because we only see this Cad Bane in every tournament right now, right? Yeah. Here we have the top 64. So we have a bunch of Han Solo, but only one goes to the top 8. Han Solo 1, we don't see a single one in the top 8, not even a blue, not even a green. One Cad Bane, one Yoda we saw there. We didn't saw Sabine, we didn't saw Palpatine. We just saw 2 Trolls, which is interesting because only 4, so half of the Trolls from the top 64 goes to the top 8, which is interesting. Yeah, well, I don't think we have too much more to say here, but here in the conversion we can say that we have this major warhead that have 100% of conversion because we have only one major warhead here that made top 64, and actually only one major warhead that made throughout the tournament, and he made top 64, so he's the only one, and so yeah, he's 100%. He will have like Kylo Ren's. How many? Only one here, so 33%. Okay, so we have 3 throughout the tournament, and only one goes to 64, so 33%. Yeah, all of these decks we didn't saw in the top 8, like Kylo Ren, Major Variant, Kulum. Okay, Troll, it's okay, 25%. But yeah, we saw a bunch of different decks here in the top 64, which is cool to see, like a health meta. We have a bunch of Han Solo 2 Blue, but just one at top 8, which is great to the meta. And here we have the top 16. We have 2 Sabines that didn't get to the top 8, which is interesting too, because we have back in the day we would like have a bunch of Sabine ECL in the top 8, and right now we're not seeing Sabine at all, right? We have here one Yoda Data Vault, another Cad Bane, and one Quillan without the force throw, which is interesting too. So yeah. Here we have a planetary qualifier in Buendi. I don't know how to say this. This is in Germany, right? I really don't know how to say this. And we have here an interesting deck that is a Director Krennic ECL. So this is the list. And he plays with Grand Moff Tarkin. That is a card that is not, I think, never. I don't know if I can say never, because maybe this card have been playing in Sep 1, but I don't remember this card being played like in a year. So yeah, when played, maybe you don't know. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to Imperial cards, reveal them, and then draw them. So yeah, it like a cost 4 to draw 2 cards, but it's just a 2/3 will die really easy. But yeah, you at least draw 2 cards and have a bunch of Imperials for sure. We have the Avenger, Darth Vader, both Darth Vaders and Imperial. Yeah, this is the late game cards. We have this some early ones like the Trooper and 4. I like the Trooper with Krennic because he's a 4/1, which is a lot. And this is with ECL, you can defeat some people that have 6 HP, like a Poe, like some leaders, which is great. Kraven Paul looks good too. If you play Kraven Paul and Krennic, he now is a 4/9, and if it just took damage, he's now attack for 5. Darth Vader with ECL for sure. Don't even need to explain how great this card is with this ACL, right? Or at least for Resist Man, you just want to pick you with a different deck. And here we have another Planetary in Houston. And this, I picked this one because we have a Qira Data Vault winning that, like I said, I think Qira is grinding back to the meta every weekend. And we have Han Solo 4 Yellow and Akbar Data Vault. So let's show here the list. And I'm showing the wrong one here. It's supposed to be Qira Data Vault, but it's the Krennic again. But here we have the Han Solo 1 Yellow, like I said. It's interesting. I don't know why he's not. I don't know which one is better, like Kazuda Yellow or Han Solo 1. Kazuda is good because you deploy 1 turn earlier, but you don't have this ability to take for +1 because the only not odd cost here is the 3PO and Cunning. So 6 cards. So if you play with 50, like 44 cards is all the cost. So he probably will trigger the Han Solo ability in an attack for +1. I don't know if you do this 3 times, like turn 2, 3, and 4. It's like the same thing as deploy Kazuda in turn 3, because you did the 3 damage. Like, actually not, because you're going to hit with Kazuda again the next turn. So yeah, it's at 6. No, yeah, looks like Kazuda in 1 turn early you can do more damage, but you with Han Solo you have this thing that you can just ready your resource to place something else, so it's kind of different. Maybe it's better, I don't know. I love the Falcons. This Falcon with a pilot is just amazing. I have a bunch of pilots here, Jack, Han Solo, the Mandalorian. He's playing with 2 gem communications. He's playing with 1 split compartment, which is interesting because on attack, ready a resource. And if you play this in a unit that is already ready, like maybe you have 3 resources, you play this in something that costs 1 here. So you have now 2 resources, you can just attack, then now you're back to 3, so you just do 1 more damage, and you still can play something for this turn, like in a curve, which is good. So this is, I have like some tempo cards like Waylay, Cunning, Gem Communications, looks interested, the Mandalorian to exhaust something. I might try this list too. Here we have the Qira Data Vault. I don't think we have too much to say here. We saw this before in a PQ that I played here in Brazil, in São Paulo, and my Qira won the tournament by Diogo Ganzo, and he played with Babu Freak, with R2s, and he didn't play with BD1, but he plays with the R2s, which is good. I like the list. I think back in the day he told me that the first row was bad to this deck, so now it's supposed to be better because we don't have first row anymore, right? And then here we have another PQ in South Africa that I picked it here for sure. You guys already know. We have here in the second place a Kylo Ren, sorry, you can tell. We have some other lists to say here, like Palpatine, Colossus. We have Paul Dameron, Data Vault, but the main one here is this Kylo Ren, sorry, you can tell for sure. This is a deck that we don't see too much, and I really think this is one of the best, like, not the best, but one of the fast aggro decks that we have in the game. But it's really, I will not say that it's really easy, but when you just take control of the early game, it's really, really hard to Kylo Ren to back. And this will have Ruthless Rage, so maybe when the game goes to the late game, you have the Ruthless, so you just to damage this in the base. Your opponent needs to deal with this, and it's hard because can't die to take down, can't die to fellow dragons, so maybe you're going to hit for 4. If your opponent defeated, you still do 2 damage, so you still continue the pressure in the late game, but it's kind of hard when your opponent just resists there earlier in the mid game, right? So this is every list that I have here to show. What do you guys thinking all about this list, about the original, about the limited? What are you guys thinking about it? What is the list that you're probably going to play with? So say here in the comment, and see you in the next video.